Welcome to the Pre-Snap Podcast presented by LineStar, your top 5 NFL player picks on Underdog Fantasy for Week 10 in the NFL, alongside my co-host Tyler Wiemann. I am Shannon Sommerville, and we've got some great picks for you here in Week 10. Tyler, last week we were 3-2 on the show, so looking for a little bit better of a record. We were close last week to a 4-1, but didn't quite work out in our favor, but that's still, respectable 3-2 overall on the season. 21-23. We are transparent on this show. Hopefully you guys are cashing those tickets. If you aren't already, make sure to check out the LineStar app, linestarapp.com, and that PropsAI tool that'll help you in terms of finding the best value on Underdog Fantasy. If you don't have Underdog Fantasy, by the way, make sure to download it. Use the promo code LineStar and you'll get up to $100 of your first deposit match. Gotta be in it to win it, Tyler. And we are in it to win it here for Week 10. Thank God for the prop market, because my Jets just are not fulfilling me in my NFL, viewing these days. It's been a miserable experience as a Jets fan, as I'm sure some of you guys can relate to. Let me know in the comments. By the way, a comment will enter you into our prop bets contest. So all you need to do to enter into our contest and possibly win $200 is make sure you like this video, you're subscribed to our channel, and you can comment below. One randomly selected commenter will be selected to win $200 if we hit all 5 of our props, or we'll do $50 if Tyler and I both hit our picks that we're going to give out here in just a minute. All right, so we got some really great picks that we pulled from the LineStar app's PropsAI tool, which compares LineStar's projections to what's out there in Underdog Fantasy. It's a great tool. Make sure to check that out. Let's start things off with Seattle Seahawks wide receiver DK Metcalf, over 58.5 receiving yards. Metcalf has gone over this 4 of 7 games, but in a great spot here this week, and maybe in good bounce back spot for the Seattle Seahawks offense, going up against a Washington defense that ranks 31st in pass defense DVOA versus wide receiver ones. Tyler, when I looked up what other pass wide receivers have done against Washington, man, they have done some damage. I mean, we had A.J. Brown, 130, Jalen Hyatt, 75, Drake London, 125, DJ Moore, 230, A.J. Brown, 175, Stephon Diggs, 111, Marvin Mims, 113, and Rondale Moore was the only one really with 33. So 6 opposing wide receivers have racked up over 100 receiving yards against them, and that was before they shipped off 2 of their best edge rushers in this one. So a little less pressure on Geno Smith. Maybe he'll have a little bit more time back there to find DK Metcalf. Do you like this spot here?
I do like this spot. The other thing is that we know the Seahawks, if they can, they'll just try and run the ball all game long. But, their incredibly good running back, Kenneth Walker, has been hurt the last couple weeks and not been playing quite as much as he normally would. Leads me to think that maybe they lean on DK Metcalf a little bit more. He hasn't been great lately, but this is a great spot to bounce back and absolutely crush this line of 58.
Well, let's continue the trend here with wide receiver ones and go to the Tampa Bay Bucks wide receiver one, Mike Evans, over 60.5 receiving yards. That's around minus 121 in the sports books. And LineStar's projecting Evans for just over 71 receiving yards. He's averaging 74 per game, and he's gone over this in about 50% of games. Going up against the Tennessee Titans, this is a spot that I love to pick on, although George Pickens didn't pull through for me in that department last time I picked him. But Tennessee is 30th in pass defense DVOA versus opposing teams' wide receiver ones. What do you make of Mike Evans' line here at 60.5?
I really like the spot for Mike Evans. Another thing, we've been targeting Tennessee all year long, but they also just lost one of their safeties. And if we know anything about Mike Evans, he is very good at getting deep. Mayfield has a great deep ball. With trading one of their best safeties, they are going to be more acceptable to the long ball. Mike Evans is a great one to go out and get that. And 60.5, he can seriously get on one play. So I like it.
Well, let's continue the trend of receiving yards then. But this time we're going to San Francisco running back Christian McCaffrey, over 31.5 receiving yards, minus 115. CMC's averaging 36.5 per game and has gone over 4 of 8. 64 receiving yards last game versus Cincinnati. Now going up against a Jacksonville defense. That's a good defense. However, they do rank kind of middle of the road, 15th in pass DVOA versus running backs. What do you make of Christian McCaffrey's outlook for our purposes here in this pick with over 31.5 receiving yards?
Look, the last three running backs they've faced, Najee Harris went for over 40 yards. Kamara went for over 90 yards. Jonathan Taylor wasn't able to do anything on the ground, but went for 46 yards. The Jaguars have been very, very good at stopping the run, but they're giving good running back pass catchers the ability to get yards. And I think that's what's going to happen on Sunday. I think CMC may struggle a little bit more than normal to get yards on the ground, but I think he'll have a field day through the air. So I think 31.5 is just pretty low for his ability in this matchup.
Right, you got to think the master game scripter and Kyle Shanahan's going to write a pretty good one against this pretty good Jacksonville defense that does stop the run very effectively, but you know he will know how to find a way to get Christian McCaffrey the ball, especially maybe he'll find him in some space and hit that over for us in maybe a couple of plays. That's all it takes for Christian McCaffrey sometimes. He can cut loose, so something to hope for in week 10. Now it's time for us to pick our props, Tyler. Let's win the people some money here. Who you got for week 10 on Underdog Fantasy?
I'm going to go with Antonio Gibson higher than 13.5 receiving yards. It's minus 115 in sports books, but look, Washington are 6.5-point underdogs. What we have seen from them all season long, when they get behind a little bit, they throw the ball a lot, and that means more Antonio Gibson on the field. He's a guy that is averaging 2.8 receptions for 25 receiving yards per game. I think this is a great game that he can, go well over his averages. But we only need 14 yards for the line, so I think he's in a great spot to go higher.
All right, for my pick, I'm going to Atlanta Falcons running back Bijan Robinson, higher than 55.5 rushing yards at minus 120 in the sports books. LineStar's projection and the consensus projection both over. And in fact, he's averaging 57.4 rush yards per game. Has gone over this 4 of 9 games. In a good matchup here, going up against the Arizona Cardinals, who are 30th in rush defense DVOA. In fact, 8 of 9 opposing running backs have gone over that mark. So I think Bijan Robinson is in a good spot. I know his usage has been a little inconsistent lately. However, Tyler, it is a new month. Arthur Smith shaved off his mustache, so he means business now. It is time to trust Bijan Robinson once again here in week 10. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you know how I feel about this one. I can't trust Arthur Smith, but hey, maybe the mustache is all that needed to happen.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to shave off the mustache. Although, isn't it no shave November? Isn't that what it is?
It is.
He's kind of going against the grain here. Oh, well.
Good old Movember.
All right, make sure to tail us on Underdog Fantasy. If you don't have that app, download it. Use the promo code LineStar for up to $100 if your deposit match. And check out that PropsAI tool. We have an Underdog Fantasy tab. You just click on it and it'll tell you what the best value is, compares LineStar's projection, compares what the juice is out in the sports books, and you can find the best value there. So check that out at LineStarApp.com, and make sure to do us a huge favor if you're enjoying our content. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, comment below. A comment enters you into our prop bets contest, whereby if we hit all 5, one randomly selected commenter wins $200. If just Tyler and I hit our props, one randomly selected commenter will win $50. We'll announce that on next week's show. Good luck, everybody, in all of your betting endeavors. We will see you guys next time. Have a good one.
Have a good one, guys. Good luck.